Hi everyone, I'm reviewing this 8-piece kitchen utensil set that includes a whisk, a serving spoon or stirring spoon, a turner, a spaghetti picker-upper, I guess you'd say, and it also has a little hole in it for measuring spaghetti, a ladle, a strainer, a flexible spatula, and a pair of tongs. I'm going to tell you my observations on these. I tend to be a bit of a kitchen utensil and appliance junkie, and I'm always looking for new things to try. So when I saw these, I thought I'd give them a shot. The things that I observed, for one, in general, the stainless steel handles are really nice because they're not a stainless steel that's shiny. It's more of a brush stainless, so that means you don't have to worry about fingerprints on them, and that's one of my big bugaboos, is I hate fingerprints on things. And the other thing is the flexibility and also the heat resistance. I've had quite a few tools that were made of nylon, and what I find with the nylon, especially on the turners, the end of them gets rough after a while and everything sticks to them. So if you're trying to turn something and then afterward go to clean it, everything's stuck to it. Plus, as far as turning eggs, forget it, because they just stick to the end of it. The other thing I noticed here is the whisk is a little different. It has an extra piece inside, so you get a little bit more of a double action on it, and I really kind of like that. The serving spoon is plenty big, so for mixing or serving, it's a nice big spoon, and you can see from my hand it's good size. The turner is a nice sized turner. It's something that I would consider to be medium sized because I have some that are a lot huger than this, but this is great for, say, turning hamburgers or fish or, you know, things like that aren't real huge. The spaghetti thing, well, I don't use those a whole heck of a lot, but this one would be able to pick up and strain spaghetti. And also you've got the little measuring hole in there for measuring your spaghetti. And the other thing I want to mention about the spatula is that it's flexible, so to get under something would be good. But the incline on the edge of this, from what I can tell, it would be probably a little bit too much for turning something like eggs. You might not be able to get under them real well. Anyway, moving along, the ladle, it's kind of an odd shape, but it's something that would hold probably a half cup or so. And it's also flexible. And what's nice about the flexible ladle is that getting into your pan, you can get into the corners and around the edges. So that's kind of a plus. The strainer is nice too, but it's, you know, it's something that it's going to be for, say, pulling vegetables or something out of the water, or something that you don't need a fine strainer, but it's good for pulling things out of oil. You could use it for hot oil. I wouldn't leave it in oil for very long, but to pull it out, you know, frying foods out of oil. The flexible spatula, these are pretty nice because you can get into the corners of round things, and also you've got the straight edge, so you can scrape the bottoms of things. The one thing I noticed about the tongs is that, comparatively speaking, I mean, these are pretty large tongs, which is nice, but the tong part itself is a little smaller than some. But then with tongs, really all you're doing, like when you open them, all you do is you pick up the edge of something. So that's probably plenty good for anything you'd want to pick up. The only thing I have noticed about the silicone type tongs is that they're pretty rounded. So if you're trying to get something where you want to really grab it, sometimes they'll slip out. But other than that, they really work pretty well. And I have a couple other different brands of this type of tong that I use all the time. So I hope this review was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.